Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today I'm unboxing NAD's awesome 80 watt amplifier, the C268. Now this isn't a new model, in fact it's one that we've previously utilised for all sorts of videos associated with bi-wiring, bi-amping and bridging mono. So, you know, up here. It's the type of amplifier though that is so good and so easy to add as an upgrade to so many different things that I thought it was worthwhile we kind of revisited this. The C368 integrated amplifier and the new version, the 379, all share this basic 80 watt amplification stage. The flexibility, however, comes when you can bridge it mono and deliver at least 300 watts a channel without really affecting the total harmonic distortion. Also some huge flexibility as far as the inputs and cascading to other power amps if required means this product is superb value. Stereo, obviously 2x80 watts. Its dynamic power is more like 120 as far as if you're comparing it with some of the lesser models. Nevertheless, it's superb. It's really easy to add to any number of different configurations, both to run the front speakers in a home theatre, maybe bridge mono, and have 3 of them in a stack and run your left, centre, right for a theatre environment, or bridge mono, bi-amp, by-wire, whatever the combination might be, to improve your stereo performance. So, let's have a look. The boxes for NAD in this range is pretty contemporary. A 2-colour sort of printed thing, model number, the C268, and the NAD logo, which is red. These products have scannable information on both sides associated with the serial number and the product, along with the voltage and other things along those lines. What's pretty cool with the boxes is that they have a line drawing of the back of the amplifier on one side and then the front of the amplifier on the other, making it kind of cool as far as knowing what you're getting and being able to really easily see the inputs and outputs that the amplifier might have. Nevertheless, opening these, really easy. It's a simple enough packing tape. This particular model would have been opened by the New Zealand distributor and a New Zealand power cord added, hence the little sticker that we have, but this is essentially exactly as you would expect to see in your home. Having a look, you'll see that NAD has added a basic piece of cardboard to ensure that that sort of knife drag doesn't necessarily affect the product. And then we see the classic packaging that we've seen in a number of different examples of similar sized products from NAD. The first thing we're going to remove is a basic setup guide, very basic, along with a warranty card and you know, where to plug the power cord in and things. Speaking of that, in one of the accessory boxes, now there's one accessory box with this product. The other slot that remains empty is because of course that's where the remote control and the Bluetooth, aerial and batteries would be for the integrated amplifier that this would match. Nevertheless, in the box we see a traditional IEC power cord. Now at this point it's very easy to get the product out. You can choose to roll it over and take the box off, or just do that. There's nothing else left, and away that goes. We've got cut closed cell foam, designed of course to support this in transit. And getting it out of that's very straightforward. Now, inside there is an oversized plastic bag, sort of sealed closed with a bit of a sticky dot. So getting into that's very straightforward. The front of the amplifier is protected by a soft cloth bag, ensuring that the front surface doesn't scratch or is otherwise affected in the vibrations associated with transit. So taking all of that off is very, very straightforward, and we see the muted design associated with all of these NAD sort of classic series. In fact, we've just got the NAD logo, a basic on-off switch, and an LED to let us know about whether or not it's in a bridged mono mode. We see the logo, which is the C268, and of course the stereo power amplifier. Tilting it forward, we see more than enough ventilation. This is one of NAD's digital hybrid amplifiers. It's one of the reasons that it's very stable, right down even to 2 ohms, and one of the reasons that it can deliver without affecting the total harmonic distortion, the 300 watts when in mono. It's not very deep, however it's the same form factor as both the C368 integrated amplifier and the new 379. It's also useful to be added to any number of preamp configurations, including their streaming preamp. Looking at the back, it's pretty much where all the magic happens and where all the features that this product has really start to become obvious. Despite its very, very modest price point, it has both single-ended and balanced inputs and any number of different features that I'll touch on. Starting at the boring end, we see a simple rocker switch for on and off. We see a IEC power socket and a fuse beneath. There is a single set of left and right stereo outputs, clearly labelled. Beside those, there's the switch to enable this to click into, bridge mono mode. And with that, a change of wiring associated with which terminals to use. So obviously if you're using it for that application, please be very, very careful. You're no longer applying the left and right configurations, but you're looking at a different wiring which utilizes the right negative and the left positive. Beside this little switch, we see the ability to control it via a 12-volt trigger. That trigger is a simple in-out for cascading to other power amps or other devices. And of course, if you turn on an integrated amplifier or a streaming preamp, this will power up immediately. The next is the alternative way of turning the amplifier on and off, and that's the auto sense. It's a 3-position switch, so auto sense level high, medium or low. 3-position, as I said. High sensitivity means it will turn on and off promptly. Low sensitivity means that the volume has to be at relatively high volumes before it will turn on. Then we've got the ability to change the input level from a minimum to maximum. Now this is utilized potentially when this is larger in amplification than the integrated you're using as your preamp and control. And you have the ability to change between fixed and variable to utilize that line adjustment if required. This should never be used as a volume control. It's not designed to be. It's designed to sort of match the output expectations, so that should, again, if you have a small integrated amplifier and one of these, you can match things much better. And again, nice little simple switch to be able to change between fixed and variable. Next is a line out. Now this enables the left and right RCA inputs to then be parallel directly out should you be using this in a bi-amp configuration. I guess you could have any number of these in this cascading sort of loop in out if required, but in a normal residential environment a couple of these is potentially all that you would need. Above the line out we have a ground, and that gives you the ability to share the chassis ground with the source componentry potentially, but obviously the preamp, and drop the noise floor if required. Over this side we've got the inputs, and again I alluded to how well spec this is for its price. We've got a left and a right RCA input and a left and a right balanced input, which you're able to then select with the other set of dip switches. If you are bridging this mono, you use the left input. It's quite clearly labelled bridge mono, and it's very, very straightforward as far as how you would utilize this. Nevertheless, Using the balanced input is probably my recommendation if the source has of course a balanced out. So there we have it. NAD's C268 power amp. It's a real gem. It's wonderful value. It's 2 by 80 watts in virtually immeasurable total harmonic distortion, or bridged mono 300. And the configuration is brilliant as far as its ability to be added to both a preamp, a streaming preamp, or an integrated amplifier to add a biamp by-wire mode. So there we have it, the NAD C268 power amp, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.